So today we are commuting to work. We are taking the Tecnam 2010. We're gonna fly it to Sarasota. My buddy's gonna drop me off. This is one of their new planes. Dang, actually looks really nice. Wow. Yeah, this looks really nice. Anyways, today we're gonna be commuting to Sarasota. My buddy Jeremy is gonna drop me off, and I'm gonna fly the Citation from Sarasota to Mexico. So join me on that one. Probably be a 2-hour flight, 2.5 hours.
So we end up starting everything up, getting our clearance. We actually had to switch aircraft because we couldn't find the key for the 2010. So we ended up switching to the 2006, which is the twin multi Tecnam. So worked out either way, and still got a relatively on-time departure to make it to Sarasota on time. So, at this point, we already did our before takeoff checklist, and it was just time to full power it, blast it off, and head off to Sarasota. Excuse the point of view here. It was really difficult seeing out the window, but I saw the center line, so just try to keep that and maintain directional control of the aircraft. So we ended up climbing out, and we actually climbed to a altitude of 6,500, which is a even altitude that you fly at if you're VFR. West, you're going even above 3,000 feet, and you had that by 500. So the winds gave us the best at 6,500 feet. We had a less of a headwind, but still a headwind nevertheless. But ended up, having a smooth climb, smooth flight overall. Really appreciate Jeremy for taking the time out of his day to take me there, knowing that he didn't have to and he still did anyways. Is really refreshing when you have friends like that you can count on. So finally got to Sarasota, ended up landing a bit early, which was good, got me enough time to get a car, rent a car, and get some food, get some breakfast, try to get started for the day, because I know it's a literal sun up to sundown type of day. So I wanted to be fully energized and be ready to tackle Mexico. Disclaimer: I didn't get the first flight, mainly because I forgot that I left my glasses pouch in my bag, which I did put my bag in the cargo hold in the front, so I couldn't get to it after I remembered. But I did end up getting the flight back from Mexico to Sarasota. So pretty smooth flight from Sarasota to Mexico. Everything normal, smooth winds. We actually had a bit of a headwind going there, so we had a tailwind coming back, which was really good. So we ended up setting up for that here. You see the ramp agent getting ready to marshal us out, and we taxi to runway 30 left for departure.
Okay, sure, Charlie on Bravo 3 and contact ground. You have a good day. 12 Bravo.
Yes.
Fall in.
Alright, so we ended up lining up on the runway, got clearance to take off, and it was full power. Climbed out straight ahead, and we did the Omna 2 Charlie departure, which is just a DME arc that you do where we make a right and head north eastbound. So that's what we ended up doing, and we climbed up to 38,000 feet. First officer calls V1, which is the go or no go speed, the speed at which we don't reject if there was something to happen. And then he calls rotate, so I pull back on the flight control yoke and climb out. He calls positive rate, I put the gear up, and we maintain that nose up attitude so that we can climb. And I also set it to the navigation on the GPS so that it follows that waypoint, and end up turning on the autopilot soon after. So the whole flight was really short, probably like hour and 30 minutes. We were only cruising for like 45 minutes. So by the time you knew it, we already reached the Florida area. Talked to the approach guided us in. I set up our GPS approach so that it could guide us in, but ended up switching to a visual, which we use our visual cues, looking at the runway to make sure that we are safely guided to the runway. I finished it off with a greaser, really smooth landing. It was a really chill day as well. Winds were probably gusting 10 or 15, so it wasn't really anything to worry about in a jet, but pretty smooth landing overall. Taxied to our FBO and got marshaled in and completed the shutdown checklist. I ended up shutting down the right engine first so that it could be easier for me to turn right, because if you shut down the right engine, then the left engine is pushing you into the right direction, so it was easier to turn in. And then I just ended up turning off the left engine shortly after, turning off all of the avionics, generators, and powering the plane off fully. Funny enough, I ended up buying an airline ticket home because it was a direct flight, the only direct flight if I went to Tampa, which is like an hour Uber. And I called my boy Jabari. He's like, nah, bro, just cancel your ticket. I got you. And saved me, bro. I paid $250 for that ticket. Ended up saving me and took me home. Really appreciate it from Jabari and Jeremy for making that day possible and as easy as possible as well. Got the best friends in aviation. So if you guys enjoyed that, be sure to like, comment, tell me what you think, and I'll be sure to put some more content out like this. Appreciate you guys for watching.